He's sleeping. Have I mentioned he's sleeping in the back of the boat? And the disciples are really frightened, and they don't think he cares because he's obviously not paying attention to what's going on around him. So they wake him up. And he kind of looks at them and, probably does what Scott did. Oh, okay, fine. Peace, be still. And all of a sudden there's calm. That Jesus can calm the storm. And then he looks at the disciples and he says, "What are you afraid of?" It's a great question. It's a great question to ask ourselves. What is our biggest fear in life right now? I think it changes as we move through life. In high school, it might be that we're accepted or we can get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. We move out into our 20s, we wonder, can we get a job? Will we be able to support ourselves? Then we worry about kids. If we have children, we worry about children. We worry about losing our job. We worry about things. We're fearful of things as we go through life. And then, of course, the greatest fear is death. We wonder about dying. What is that like? What will happen? So Jesus asked the disciples, "What are you afraid of?" And then he says, "Have you no faith?" And what that tells me about Jesus is that Jesus is not afraid of anything. There's not one story in the gospel where they said Jesus was afraid. Now, we hear Jesus getting angry. We hear Jesus weeping. We hear Jesus enjoying life. But we don't hear that Jesus is afraid. And so what we do know from this is that Jesus can calm the storm. That it's Jesus who is the ultimate way of calming the storm. In the ministry, we call this the non-anxious presence. That when we're in the midst of a storm in our own lives, it's nice to have a non-anxious presence. And the non-anxious presence grounds us so that no matter how much is going on or how horrible things might seem, that somebody in the midst of it is calm. Because we can't think like ourselves when we're revved up and full of anxiety or frightened. When we're frightened, we are biologically have the fight or flight response. So we need an anchor. And sometimes people are an anchor for us. Hopefully that's what I get to do for you, is to be the non-anxious presence. Now, I had to learn how to do that. And when I was a chaplain in the hospital, I was in the midst of one of the worst situations that occurred in my chaplaincy. There had been a car accident. 4 children were injured terribly. Families were there. The place was milling with 100 people screaming and crying and all sorts of things going on. And I was in the midst of it, trying to help people work through it. And so my CPE supervisor had heard about it, and he came up to me, and he said, "How are you doing?" And I went, "How do you think I'm doing? This is awful. All this stuff is going on. I'm not sure what to do. I can't, I couldn't solve their problem. I was just a mess." And he said, "Well, let me give you a tool. Let me give you something to get you through this." I said, "What is that?" He said, "I'm going to give you the Jesus prayer." Now, I've told some of you this before. So he gave me the Jesus prayer, and I didn't know what it was. He says, "Well, it's one prayer. It's, Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me." He said, "You walk around and you say that prayer. That's how you will calm the storm around you. Because when you connect with Jesus, you are anchored. You can be calm. That your faith in Jesus as the calming one who could calm the storms, we have access to that. All we have to do is connect with Jesus. And sometimes we are called to be the non-anxious presence. Sometimes we have to even be it for ourselves. I love this prayer because I'm Episcopalian and it is repetitious. And I could memorize it. And it makes a difference. So we're going to do it right now. See kind of where you are. Close your eyes. And I'm going to pray the prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me. 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 Do you feel the change? The quality of the silence now is different than it was just a minute ago. That sense of calmness. We have the presence of Christ available to us. All we have to do is call upon it. And the winds will cease, and the sea will become calm.